Καλώς ήρθες σε ένα ακόμα επεισόδιο του podcast «Μάθω το παιχνίδι του χρήματος». Σήμερα ξεκινάμε κάτι καινούριο, μια σειρά επεισοδίων που θα παίζουν κανονικά στη ροή μας, όπου έχουμε καλεσμένους ανθρώπους από το εξωτερικό, άρα θα τα κάνουμε στην αγγλική γλώσσα. Εάν έχεις θέμα με αυτό, στο YouTube κανάλι υπάρχει αυτόματη μετάφραση πλέον με το AI, οπότε με χαρά το δεις εκεί. Εάν είσαι καλά με τα αγγλικά, μας παρακολουθείς εδώ. Σήμερα από τον Nikola Ilchev, ο οποίος είναι ιδρυτής του eCommerce Academy και ο δημιουργός του Balkan eCommerce Summit. Έρθει από Βουλγαρία, σύνορα Βουλγαρία-Ρωμανία, όπως μου είπε τώρα. Και πραγματικά ένας άνθρωπος που όσο το μελέτησα, μου άρεσε πάρα πολύ οι δραστηριότητες που κάνει, η διαφορετικότητα αυτών και έχουμε πάρα πολλά να πούμε για το ηλεκτρονικό εμπόριο, για την διαφήμιση γενικότερα και για τα email που αφορούν εμένα. So, Nikola, I just mention what you do for the Greek audience.
I didn't understand the intro, but I'm pretty sure that you provided some good information for me.
So, for our audience to know you better, just 1-2 minutes about what you do now and what's your background.
So my background generally for the last 14-15 years is in the e-commerce field. I started my e-commerce business in 2011. For several years, I was developing a business with accessories for mobile devices.
How old are you?
I'm 41 right now.
Well, but it was the same, 42.
Okay. I was doing that through the so-called omni-channel model. So we were having a digital presence as well as physical stores in different cities in Bulgaria. At some point during our development of the business, we decided to step on the Romanian market with the huge help of the local biggest platform, marketplace platform. And through that development, actually, I became very well connected with a lot of service providers from the field of e-commerce, developers, payment solutions, courier companies, and many others. And because of that moment, I wasn't I didn't found any nice places where people can gather and learn from everyone's experience. I decided in 2016 to organize an event that gathers pretty much everybody from the community and start exchanging ideas. That was the beginning of my current business, which goes under the name of eCommerce Academy. We are doing a lot of events. We're producing a lot of content. We have YouTube channel, podcast channel. We're publishing books. And actually, one of the largest things that we do is called Balkan eCommerce Summit that I heard you already mention. It's probably the largest e-commerce and digital marketing event in our region, gathering thousands of people every year, beginning or sometimes end of April, usually in April. And yeah, it brings hundreds of companies together. It brings hundreds and thousands of people together, and it's really amazing.
So, I'm really interested at the events because we also do some events. So, when you started back in 2016, the first event was profitable or not?
No, it was a disaster in terms of money. But it was very good for us to position ourselves on the market. And actually, I was lucky at that moment. One of the biggest courier companies in the country, in Bulgaria, recognized this event as a place to show off a little bit with their services. And actually, they supported us a lot. They gave us a big shout out to send letters to all of their customers. Actually, it was a free event. It was free for attendees. It was backed by some sponsors. And I remember clearly that my wife asked me, is this event profitable? Are you going to make some money out of it? And you never tell your wife that you are not profitable. I said, of course, we are earning like 500 euro or something like this. I totally lied. We actually lost a few thousand euro, but it doesn't matter. It placed our organization on the map of the events.
Okay, I totally agree because our Urban Festival last year, of course, was not profitable. Did it become profitable throughout the years?
Yeah, our events are profitable at this point. Actually, they became profitable, I think, after COVID. So you can imagine that for 4 years, we were doing those events either with a small loss or, as we say, breaking even. But we were having some other activities from which we were making some profit for ourselves.
And I assume that also the networking that you created there was very profitable for your other businesses.
Of course, that is the social capital that we started growing, and actually it is still to this very moment the thing that is pushing our business ahead.
Okay, and the business model, I assume now is you have some ticketing to events and also the sponsor was amazing.
Exactly. I mean, those are the main two places from which we make money.
Okay. And you also mentioned the eCommerce Academy. So that's the online courses.
The idea behind eCommerce Academy was to actually provide trainings and courses, but in the very beginning, we couldn't bring enough people to our small seminars, workshops. So this is why we changed the strategy and went to the big events, so we can start building a name for that and then providing the courses. And actually, we liked so much making the big events, we never went back to the academy thing. So we kept the name, but it doesn't have actually courses or educational. But we are educating people through our videos, educational videos on YouTube, literature that we are publishing, and all other stuff that we're doing, but we are not selling courses.
Okay. So now I think it's easier for you to find sponsors because we have the numbers.
Yeah.
We have all the background. What you tell me as an organizer, what should I do to find more sponsors and so any event?
I will tell you my secret. I don't know if it works for everybody, okay? But you have to be active, you have to be everywhere, you have to be very well connected in your field of expertise. And be global. In my opinion, go beyond your market, because this is my strategy for the last 4 years. I'm participating pretty much every event on the Balkans and Central Europe.
And not you attend these events,
right? But as a guest, sometimes as a speaker. I'm moderating some of them. Sometimes I'm participating in a panel or something like this. I am a pretty active face in the whole sphere of e-commerce and digital marketing a little bit. And this way I became very well connected with so many companies. And when we publish our event, when we say, okay, in 6 months, this event is coming, pretty much everybody starts calling and they're like, okay, how we can be part of it. And actually the social capital that we already spoke about, it's very important, because once you prove that you are, first of all, knowledgeable, and second of all, have a vast network of people that are handy, then everybody wants to work with you.
Okay, so a personal question, because as we talked before the podcast, you had your own podcast, and after 3 years you were a bit tired of this and stopped it. Are you tired of being the front man?
No, actually, it makes me happy. Actually, at some point, during an interview, I don't remember, but I was asked why you started this event organization of business. And actually, I reminded myself that when I was in high school, you know that there is always a group of people that are going together somewhere. And there is always that person that makes the plans, at what time we're meeting, where we are going for coffee, where we're going for dinner. And during high school, I was the one organizing all this. And actually, I was the guy who glued the group, who was working as a glue from each side.
This is natural for you.
Nature, it comes, yeah, exactly. It comes natural for me. And actually, later on in life, it became my business.
Okay, that's good. And what is your main goals for this? The second year now for the
no, this is the 3rd year under the brand Balkan e-commerce Summit. It has a longer story, because we started with the name Sell Successfully in Romania. It was a small event. 3 years later, it became Sell Successfully in Romania and Greece. And after COVID, we decided to rebrand it to Balkan e-commerce Summit. Well, generally speaking, our goal is to make it the largest event in Eastern and Central Europe in terms of in the field of e-commerce and digital marketing. My personal goal for it is to be the face of it and to become the go-to person when everybody wants to be on this market. And it is happening slowly because, for example, nowadays if somebody from Greece, for example, wants to be on the Bulgarian market and they started asking around to whom they should give a call, usually 5 out of maybe even 7, 8 out of 10 people are mentioning my name.
So do you also have a company that does consulting? Or?
We are doing this kind of for free. We're helping people out. We are not charging them any fees as of right now, but we're starting something called Balkan Business Club, which will be charging a fee for its members when they want some services from our site, like introducing them to other people or introducing them to different companies or selecting the proper service for them.
Okay, so this club you mentioned before that will start doing events around Balkan cities?
Exactly. This is the idea. So it will start making different networking events all around the Balkans. One event in Zagreb, for example, or Skopje, or Belgrade, Bucharest, Athens. So we will make a calendar through the year. And the idea is to get people connected not only once per year, like Balkan e-commerce summit is doing, but actually connecting people all year long.
Okay. So, as you mentioned before, when you started back in 2011, your business, it was some omnichannel situation. What is e-commerce now?
Wow, different thing, totally different story. It evolved a lot. It is much more complicated. It is a game of players with a lot of knowledge. It is a game of players with a lot of money. It is a game of players who are team players, not solo players. I see a lot of people are trying to start their e-com businesses from their garage or whatever small place they have. It's almost impossible. Yes, they're doing well for themselves. I mean, they're doing some sales, they're developing some small brands, but at a certain point, they need help, they need money, they need investment, they need support to make that thing grow. In my opinion, if they don't search for those things, their business will stay on the level where it provides just food for them. And maybe that's not bad for somebody, but if they want to make a big business, they really need technology, they really need teams, they really need investments.
Okay. And we live in a world where most of the things have already been made. So what good advice to someone who wants to grow his business or start a new business? Everybody now does TikTok videos or Reels. Okay, I do a lot of them. They are fine for branding and so on. But what should someone do to do more effective?
This for sure is a working strategy. One of the things that you should do is create a lot of content, be more visible. Because let's be honest, the social media is the place where everybody lives. Me, you, everybody watching us right now, they're constantly searching or browsing the social media. But there are a few more things that everybody needs to understand. Technology. AI is coming fast. And by the way, let's not think that AI is only for the rich companies. Actually, AI and those super small and cheap tools that are released every day, they are actually leveling the playground for everybody. Small businesses and big businesses, they have access to that. And small businesses should know that when big businesses need to adopt AI or any kind of technology, it's super complicated for them because first of all, they have to take this decision, and this decision is not taken by someone just like, okay, let's do it. They need to sit, they need to discuss. It might take like months or even years. But also these other small tools that are applied in the small business, they might work very well and help. And of course, one thing that I always say, and it's actually very important when you are building a brand, customer support, customer care. You need to understand your customer and also be with your customer not only through the process of buying something, but after the process in taking care of all of his problems, all of his needs. So this is how a real brand is built.
I totally agree, because most people look how they can sell a product, but after you sell it to a human being.
I can give you a very funny example, but it's true. Do you know who is answering all of the calls and emails that are coming to our website and our official phone for Balkan e-commerce summit? Me. I'm personally responding, and I'm not the one who should do that. I mean, we can very easily take a person to take care of that, but we're doing it for two reasons. First of all, I want to be on the heart of every problem that our customers are having. Like, I cannot buy the ticket because the system is not working. Example. Or I bought the ticket but I didn't receive information about whatever. First of all, I really need to know what's happening. Exactly. To know to be the pulse on the pulse of the older TV.
Don't just the report.
Exactly. And also, since we chose the strategy to make my face the face of the project, it's very nice for the customers when they hear my voice and they recognize me on the phone.
So,
yeah, they're shocked. Oh, but are you answering the phone? Yes, of course. I have it. How hard it can be to answer the phone? Well, and they are seeing us as a big business, because you can imagine that our campaign in Bulgaria includes also billboards and mega boards all the country with my face on it. And all of a sudden I'm answering them on the phone. So this on one side is surprising for them, but then they feel very well that somebody important is taking care of their problem.
Okay, congrats for this. You know, for the first 4 years, I had my personal cell phone everywhere in game of money. For the last year, we have another cell phone, somebody answers, and they forward to me if I need to talk. So still my phone rings from unknown numbers. You know, when they hear my voice, because they know my voice in the face, they are shocked that they like it.
Yeah.
So I talk to him, so it's very important.
It works for both brands, the brand of the company and your personal brand.
Of course, of course.
And by the way, personal brand is something that a business person should take care of very well, because it might happen that in 3, 5, 10 years, you change the company, you change the field of business. Maybe you don't like this business anymore. Maybe you go to whatever business you like at that point, but your personal brand is always with you.
So I'd like your point of view. I had read the research a lot of years ago. We had a company that did loyalty marketing. You know, throughout the crisis in Greece, most of us did a lot of things to survive. So there was a research that said it costs 7 times more to bring a new customer than retaining the existing. So what should an online business do, or a business to retain the existing customer?
This is a question that I love answering every time, because it's a simple thing, but not many businesses are doing, and I really don't understand why. My actually answer to this why question is because businesses are not very smart. All the businesses are not very, not all, but many of the businesses are not very smart, and also they really don't know how to communicate. And the answer to your question is communication is the key. So in the e-commerce world, there is something called transactional communication. Transactional communication, you can imagine, is the first email that the person receives when he places the order. Like usually it is called your order confirmation, or the number of your order is whatever. And actually this transactional communication is a communication that the customer expects. They want to see that everything is okay, the number of the transaction, that the money went through or whatever. They're expecting this communication. And I always suggest to businesses to use that communication further. Put additional information there. Put a video or welcome note. Thank you for being our customer. My name is Nikola and I gladly welcome you in our family. I will send you 3 more emails in the following week to let you know about whatever. So you can educate your customers with something that they didn't expect. Maybe you can give them ideas how to use your product in ways that they didn't know how to use it. Maybe they bought a brush for, I don't know, for their tires, but you can also teach them how to use this brush for another parts of the car. I mean, stupid example, but it might work because once you try to give something additionally to your clients, they will like it. Don't try to sell them right away something else.
Okay, so no upselling.
Not upselling right away. First, try to become a partner, a friend of them. Because if you have a friend who is calling you every day and trying to sell you something, maybe on the third day you will stop answering the phone. But if you have a friend who is calling you every day and help you with something like, I just saw a nice video on YouTube, let me share it with you. Or I just had an advice from a bank director about stocks or whatever, let me share it with you. Then you become friends. This person becomes important for you and you follow everything that he says. So this is a strategy that all the businesses should apply.
Do you think that sending them emails at their birthday is something that they should do, or people are tired of this?
It depends. It depends. Channels.
Just have a birthday, not with an offer, because most businesses send an offer.
Yeah, annoying. Yeah, that's annoying. But businesses, look, what we have to point out is that business is business, and it needs to make money. And offers are an important part of the whole communication, but they need to be carefully done after the friendship is built.
And if possible, personalized.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's personal question from me to you. So if I buy a ticket for your event, single ticket, will I ever get an email sometime in the future for upgrading to the VIP or something more?
Yes.
Okay.
And actually
What is it?
Not just an email. You receive a phone call from a nice lady that will tell you, hi, we just received, some time ago, we received an order from you for that type of ticket. We just updated our speakers list, and we would like to let you know that this guy, and this guy became speakers of, they became speakers of our conference, and just for a little amount of money, you can upgrade to the next level of ticketing. And by the way, you will receive this, and this in the ticket. So should you consider it? You can say yes, no, and then we send you a specific hidden link only for use. And then we track how many of these guys actually updated.
From their experience, are some of you guys annoyed from the phone call?
Well, the way I'm teaching our guys to actually do those sales, yes, they can be annoyed, but it doesn't hurt the feelings of our organization because it's not us that we annoyed them. Maybe their wives annoyed them. Maybe something in the work. We don't have the feeling that we are the ones responsible for their bad mood at this point, because maybe we didn't call at the right moment. So this is why, first of all, we are sending or making somebody with very nice voice to call. And we always ask politely, is it the right moment to call? I'm from this organization.
For the technician.
Yeah, we're actually trying to feel the situation. And we always actually call and say, we're from Balkan eCommerce Summit. You have a ticket. Is it the right time for you to speak? And so you already invested. By the way, for us, it's a bit easier. You already invested your time and money. So it's much more likely for you to buy something from us.
When I do such kind of conversation, my team Irene, our project manager is here. She knows what happens in my brain because now they hear prototypes.
It works.
To our events. What is money for you?
Well, I try not to be focused on money. Of course, I'm a human being. I understand that money is very important because when you go home, and I guess you have a family, right?
I have a wife and 3 kids.
Okay, I don't have so many kids. I have just 2. But when you go home, and of course your wife expects you to bring nice stuff, to keep the house, in good shape, to bring the family to nice vacations from time to time. And let's be honest, this you cannot buy calling the travel agent and say, okay, maybe we can do a barter. I can give you tickets to our event and you can give me a nice vacation. So money are the needed thing so your life goes well ahead. But in terms of business, I don't really look into making money right away of everything that we do, because, as I said, we have a bigger strategy. And if there is a need to invest money in something that will actually make our event on another level, then decision is very easy to take.
That's very good. And of course, I'm on your side. And what you said before, that you do a lot of free consultation because you build a network and you monetize other ways. Yes, never always about money. So, because this is a game of money podcast, what would you say is the right game of money?
Well, the right game of money.
So, is money a game for you?
Well, let's put it that way. It's not the most important thing in life, because if you put money on top of everything, then you're lost. In my opinion, you should make a business that helps other, elevates other. Our business with Balkan e-commerce summit and all the other activities actually helps everybody. You should make a business that helps your team grow as well. Our team is very dedicated in what they do, and I can tell you that the closer the event comes, the less hours they sleep, but they never...
How big is the team?
Right now, 12 people. Okay. Yeah, actually, we bring some people in as like subcontractors,
okay.
Partial time contractors. And after the event for several months, we release them. And then if we are happy with it, the core team is 6 people.
Okay.
But my team is never complaining. And they...
Because you inspire them.
And they like what they do. And they're not doing it as me just for the money. Okay. They feel appreciated. They feel that they help the community grow. They feel they're kind of important, because actually what we do is kind of big organization, and out of every single small decision that we take, a lot of things are changing. So getting back to your question. The game of money is not just to make money right out of every single activity that you do, but build a leverage and to build a network and build day by day. And at some point, maybe if you like, you can cash out. But for me, I don't really have a clear strategy when and how I want to cash out.
Okay, so I like this opinion of yours, because it's the mindset of the entrepreneur. I don't make money out fruiting.
By the way, I will share something very important. Just a few days ago, I read an article about some guy who sold his application for 900.
Yeah. And now he's depressed.
Yeah, he's depressed. He doesn't know what to do. I don't have this problem.
Is the Loom?
Yeah, Loom, the Loom guy. Yeah, and I don't have this problem in my life. I always think of something that I can do. Maybe to make a little bit more money, maybe to have a little fun. By the way, people should not avoid the fun out of the picture of the business. And just a few days ago, we decided that for our Balkan Business Club, we're gonna provide our members with a passport. It will be a Balkan passport. Okay. And a friend of mine asked me what this passport will be about. And I was like, okay, well, it will be like when we're having gatherings, we will put the little stickers inside the passport, and they will be able to go back in their passports and see which events they participated. And the guy said, yeah, but it is a little like a kid game, and it's not very serious about business club. And I was like, yeah, but people should not let the kid leave their soul. I mean, we should at least keep in some part of the kid still lives in us.
And not everything will become NFT.
Exactly.
You could do in tokens and NFTs, but when you travel, when you were younger, get the passports. Yeah. We collect the stamps in the big expos around the world. You get a stamp.
Exactly.
Every country that you go.
And actually what you do is you go through your passport, and you are actually memories are coming back. Wow, I visited this country. It was so nice. I visited this event. It was so nice. So this is what we are trying to do with this.
Okay. in the game of money, the trailer of the podcast is that money is not the most important thing in life, but it affects all the important aspects of life. So it's part of what we do. And if you don't make enough money, you don't provide good value to the people, because money comes to the value.
Well, you are also right.
You can measure what you do.
Yeah, and also you can do much bigger and better things when you have money. But if you focus only on money, then it will affect all of your decisions. For example, should we bring a big star to our Balkan party? We have to pay a lot of money, or have a great party. People that are aiming for money only, they would start, okay, let's not pay, because we can save this money and we can put it in our pockets. But if we bring a big star and pay a lot of money and everybody will have fun, they will speak about our event a long time after the event, and it provides a different value.
How old are your kids?
11 and 15.
Okay, so if they ask you, what is your biggest success till now, business-wise?
I don't measure exactly the success in a way. I have a special, how to say, connection with the success, special vision about the success.
Okay.
In my opinion, success cannot be measured right now, today. Okay. It will be measured in 100 years. Because I have examples in my life of people which are very successful in terms of business, money, community-wise, and other things.
Is the legacy.
But their kids are total failure. They're taking drugs, or they are failure in life. So what is it? Is you a successful person if your kids are not successful? They don't have the good mentality, if they don't get educated, and they don't fit in life. Well, in my opinion, no. You're a total failure. So success for me, it will be measured. My success will be measured 100 years from now. How my kids are performing in life. How their kids are performing in life, what I gave these guys in life.
So as you talk, as a businessman to businessman, because my kids are younger, they're 8, 6, and 4.
All right.
Okay. So you travel a lot, and you traveled a lot throughout the years. How do you deal inside you with this? A lot of traveling, the kids stay back, and
I have a great connection with them. And one of the reasons I live in a small city, I don't live in the capital of our country, I live in a small city. Everything happens pretty fast there. From one side of the city to the other is like 7-8 minutes. So I don't waste my time in traveling, and I have all of this additional time spending with my kids and my wife. We go to restaurants, we go out, we do a lot of activities together. Right now, we actually have an idea together to build a business with my sons. And it's very interesting. It got inspired by my elderly son, who is now 15. He tried a little business last year with his friends, a printing business with t-shirts. Well, I gave them a lot of advices to him and his friends. They didn't listen to any of them, and they went in bankrupt like 4 months after launching the business.
they learned the lessons, I think.
Exactly. But I told them, I saw his inspiration about doing business, and I decided to offer him something. Now we are in development of our project, and when my younger son actually heard the idea, he came to me and said, can I be part of the business as well? And you can imagine that in the life of a father, because you are one, when your son comes to you with such question, you are pumped up immediately, and you are, I will share something with you that might be is your case as well. I always have like a side idea in which I'm resting my brain. So I have my main occupation, Balkan eCommerce Summit, all the activities that are happening there. But I have this idea with my sons where when I go, it's my resting feel. And actually those new ideas that are born there are giving me a lot of energy for the other business as well.
I agree, because if you are an active entrepreneur, you cannot rest by not thinking.
Exactly.
You can rest by thinking something new or something nice or something. That's not your main business, your main core business.
Exactly.
So that's very nice to you, because most parents try to persuade their kids to go to their business?
No.
And they came on their own.
I'm coming from a family business,
Okay.
and I saw personally that if the business of your parents is not your thing, you don't have to force your soul and brain to be part of it.
The parents, what kind of business?
My father had a construction business, and he was willing. Asking me to join his business. I went for a special kind of education. I'm an engineer by education. My first education is in engineering. I became part of the company for 6-7 years, but then I took my own road.
I think we have parallel lives because I started architecture.
All right.
We have a family business. I joined the business. I created my own construction company back then, but then the crisis of 2010 came, so it was crashed. Not actually, the business goes on now, but they will differ. So I was forced by life to do all kind of things.
It's the same with me.
Yes,
Same situation.
yes, but whatever you study or you do is always useful in the future.
Yeah, I always keep all the contacts. I always keep all the knowledge.
Mindset,
And the mindset, of course.
because the engineer mindset is very useful to everything. So, bit classic question, but one or two of your biggest, let's say, failures or lessons you learned throughout the years?
Well, failures are good lessons, always good lessons. One of them is, as you said, the crisis between 2008, 2010, 11, when actually I was part of the family business. The other lesson that I learned in a hard way was when we were finishing the business with accessories with mobile devices, with accessories for mobile devices, because the business was not going very well, and we were looking into an exit of this business. And what we did is we prepared the list of everything that we have. We decided to sell the business. And you can imagine that when you're selling a business, especially in that area, you have many people that are willing to buy such business. So we started making meetings with our main competitors in order to see if they are ready to or willing to buy our business. All of a sudden that we understood that they don't have money, so they're in pretty much same situation like we are. Ever since, I'm trying to see the situation around me and not to put myself in a situation when I'm late of getting away from the business or making a move to change the business. Because at that point, with that business, we were very late to sell, to transform it, and this was the crash of the business.
Okay, and a provocative question. Do you believe that every business has a price to be sold? Or would you ever sell the e-commerce summit?
Every business has a price to be sold, and and it depends. It depends. If somebody comes, there might be different reasons for selling the business. One of it, you're tired and you don't want to deal with it. Second of it, you see your baby growing, but you don't have the potential to make it bigger than you can do it on your own. There might be other reasons. So yeah, everything has a price.
And as we discussed earlier before the podcast, you are okay also with stop loss. That you stop when something is not going well.
Yeah, I stopped so many things in my life, and I don't have. I really feel bad about people that are seeing that something is not going into the right direction, but they still pushing it. They're like, okay, no, I will do something different with it. Maybe this year will be different. No, it's not going well. If you don't feel it, if it makes you cry every morning when you wake up, just get rid of it.
Okay. And now we're living through the days that Trump does his own things. Just wake up every morning and read the news. What the news is coming to our lives. How does all of this, in your opinion, because it's very fresh, affect the e-commerce business?
Well, it will. In the recent years, the big players that are coming into our region were the Chinese platforms. With all the tariffs and everything, all the moves that the US government is doing, I think that this influence of the Chinese platforms will be even bigger in the following years in Europe, because they're not going to see much of a sense to be in US if they have huge tariffs. So they will start searching for other markets to offload all the goods and all the technologies that we have. So possible regions are Europe, Africa, North America, and in my opinion, Europe is the easiest one to get.
And from your experience, can a Balkan small and medium company or a medium company export to those countries?
Which one? To
China.
To China. I've been to China a few times. I'm going once this year. Hard thing to do. Maybe if they're highly luxurious products or some sort of they're crazy about Rolls products.
In Greece, I think we have some oil companies.
Yes, oil, premium oil, premium oil products, or maybe some know-how. In my opinion, the only thing that Chinese guys are still missing is maybe how to be present on the European market, how to prepare and adjust their products to answer the customer's needs. So maybe we can give them some know-how, but not many other products.
And one last question. I enjoyed very much the conversation. Why should someone in person or a business owner attend the e-commerce summit? The barrier was up.
Network. In one word, network. We have thousands of attendees from hundreds of companies.
How many days?
It's 2 days, and it brings together all the bright minds from the field. So if you want to get in touch with some important company, if you want to get in touch with like-minded people, if you want to be in touch with somebody that is already doing the business that you are wishing to do, this is the right place to be. And it doesn't matter if it's this year, next year, we are still developing this project and it will be bigger and bigger in the following years.
Perfect. Thank you very much. It was a very nice conversation and looking forward to see you again.
It was a pleasure for me as well. Thank you.